What's going on YouTube? It's Mike here. Today guys, in this video we're going to be taking a look at some alleged iPhone 6 front panel parts. Now, just a few hours ago, these parts actually came out, and I know I just 2 days ago did a video about some iPhone 6 rumors, but I saw this and I couldn't pass it up. I figured I'd want to share this with you guys. So these are some actual alleged parts of the iPhone 6. Now, on the left here, this is actually on Mac Rumors site right now, a very reliable news source, and this actually comes from a Chinese website, I believe under the name Weibo. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. However, what we can see from this picture right here, as you guys could see on their site, is we have an iPhone 5S on the left in the space gray option, and on the right here we have this bigger and kind of weirder looking alleged iPhone 6 panel. So you can see the screen is much bigger. You could see that the bezel is just almost edge to edge. It's not completely, but it just is almost. You can see it's a lot wider and a lot bigger as well. So if this were true, this would be the 4.7 inch model of the iPhone 6. This is not the 5.5. That would be much bigger. We haven't seen leaks of those yet, and that could possibly be because that isn't supposed to come out till December, like I discussed in my last video. This model, the 4.7 inch model, is supposed to debut in September. If you want to see some more details on that in my video, I will leave a link in the description below for you guys to go check it out. So we'll quickly look closer at the actual piece itself. You can see on the top we have our front facing camera on the very top above the speaker. We have our ambient light sensor / proximity sensor, whatever you want to call it, next to the speaker, and of course the speaker itself. And you can actually see there's a lot of space. There's actually more space in between the speaker and the actual screen, which is actually a little bit more than you'd be regularly getting on your iPhone 5 or iPhone 5S. So that could be because of the bezel size, and it could just because maybe parts are moved around a little bit. And then on the bottom, of course, we have a little home button cut out, which will most likely also be for the Touch ID sensor on the iPhone 6. Obviously, they'd move Touch ID over from the 5S to the 6. We just can't see it right now, probably because that's just going to happen later on. For now, we could just see what the front piece looks like. Interestingly enough, this follows a lot of recent leaks that go with the iPhone 6 molds that have actually been released recently. I will say that will actually take shape of the iPhone 6 and the actual metal part, I guess you could say, around the sides, the aluminum band, I should say, and it actually showed us what the mold will look like. And it is relatively bigger than when it was put up against, I think it was an iPhone 4S or an iPhone 5, I can't really remember, but it is a little bit bigger than what we regularly had. And even more recently, actually less than an hour ago, they went ahead and updated their site with another picture. And this shows, again, the 4.7 inch white piece itself next to the space gray iPhone 5S. But in this case, the 5S is turned on, and we can tell that there is the Touch ID sensor. If we scroll up here, you can see there's no present home button with the actual home button logo. You could tell that it is Touch ID, and you could tell the band is space gray. Not that that matters big time or anything, but we can tell that this is an iPhone 5S right next to the alleged white iPhone 6 piece. And you could definitely tell that the screen is a lot bigger, the bezel is wider, and it's more thinner on the sides, and it's just a bigger piece overall on the screen. If we do look closer at it, in either of these pictures does match that 4.7 inch actual dimension, which is a good thing. Not that this second picture leak makes a difference or anything, however, it just gets us closer to bigger predictions about the iPhone 6 and more clear and confirmed predictions and rumors as well. So I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I just figured I'd share this with you real quick. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to see this later on today and finally be like, wow, we finally have some confirmation. Of course, you should always take some rumors with a grain of salt. While this could be the actual part, it's very possible that Apple may make it look a little bit different, or of course they could just disappoint us completely and not upgrade the size at all. But it would be nice to see something like this. I honestly think this is really cool. I'd love a bigger screen on my 5S or iPhone 6 next, of course. I love the 4-inch screen that Apple introduced from the 4S, but I'm ready for it to get even bigger. This alone is starting to get a little bit small. With all these other competitors with Samsung and stuff like that, it is time for Apple to upgrade it a little. So this will give us a little bit more of a sense of relief that Apple is working hard to meet customer demand. But if you guys like this video, please leave some comments below on your thoughts. Of course, give this video a thumbs up and click the subscribe button below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.